Let's talk about trauma bonding, when two people complete each other because they've got incompleteness. Often what happens is they end up blowing more holes into each other's psyche. And over time, I see this creating a lot of dysfunction in relationships and leading to really a mental health crisis in the last couple generations and escalating. Of course, we can't know how it's going to look until we look back in history, but my sense is that many people, and certainly I, have felt traumatized by increasingly by my relationships as I try to figure out how to dance in that masculine feminine dynamic, as a female who's probably been under-feminized, with men who've probably been under-masculinized. And the end result is that we're all sort of half present. And when things really get tough, we're gone, or we're clinging, or there's this very dysfunctional dance going on. And what brought it to mind was I was just reflecting on how many mothers, including my own mother, neglect their daughters in favor of their sons. And this, of course, permeates many aspects of many different cultures. There's a lot of nuances to it. I'm not pretending like I have all the answer, or like like there even is a clear-cut answer. But I do see something in others that I've felt a lot in myself, which is this sense as a female that I am worth less than my brothers or any male counterpart. And that has led me to develop this drive to succeed, which I feel like in some ways is very intimidating. It has become very intimidating to the men who in general have not been required to step up to the same level that the females have in this dynamic. And I know I'm overgeneralizing a lot, and I'm not saying that no men step up. There are certainly lots and lots of great men out there, and I have personally had the pleasure of loving one or two or a few of them. So, I'm not at all trying to say all men are bad or all women, mothers are bad, anything like that. What I'm saying, though, is that I think we need to think about it a little more, maybe talk about it more, maybe just make those subtle bits more effort to keep our expectations more even on the males and the females as we're raising our children and ourselves, our inner children, to recognize that we need each other. Men and women need each other. Not every man needs a woman, and not every woman needs a man, but in general, collectively, men and women need each other. We are more complete together. Now, the pinky finger asterisk to that, as I like to say, is that we do best when we bring two whole people together to then be even better. And I also want to add, pinky finger asterisk, obviously things keep changing. Things are changing so rapidly in our history. And so I think it is very important to examine human relationships, and especially romantic and sexual and child-producing relationships, through an updated lens, through a wider lens, perhaps, with the context of history and the context of how do you feel inside? What feels good to you? What do we want out of our relationships? What I'm hearing men and women talk about is that we still want partnership, that we still want trust, that in general we still want men who are the leaders and women who are supporters. But we also, as women, want men who can hold a safe space for our wild women, and men want women who can nurture them and hold a safe space for their vulnerability. And all of that is possible, to my perception. I just think it takes, I like to say it's like tuning a guitar string. You got to study up a little bit and understand what you're doing, but then it's just a very subtle shift sometimes to bring everything back into tune, back into coherence, back into harmony. I'd love to know your thoughts on any or all of that, please do give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I'm Angel, aka ZGALA, by the way, and I'll be seeing you. Stay curious, stay courageous, stay fit, and stay free.